Jaja blessing, this ain't no luck. World follow suit when your mind made up. I've seen papas turn to kings and kings return to mud.
Alright, I'm not a doctor. I am not certified in any way in the health profession, but I do a lot of studying. It's a hobby, it's something that I am in love with. It is trying to heal the body the right way, the healthy way, you know what I'm saying? Healing the body the correct method. Not healing the body through going to the pharmacy and, you know what I'm saying? Even though for emergencies we should not rule out the pharmacy because everything has its purpose. The problem comes when we overdo these things. So we're reading a book today. It is called A Guide to Controlling pH Levels of Your Body for Health and Longevity. The Acid Alkaline Food Guide. A quick reference to foods and their effect on pH levels. This book was written by Dr. Susan E. Brown and Larry Triviere Jr. The Acid Alkaline Food Guide, a quick reference to foods and their effect on pH levels. So we're gonna dive right in. So we're seeing the introduction and it's showing us what is going on in the book. So it's saying acid alkaline balance for good health, the consequences of acid alkaline imbalance, testing for pH balance, creating acid alkaline balance, understanding the food tables, conclusion. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at is part one, which is acid alkaline balance for good. Saying when it comes to health, balance is everything. Specifically, to ensure good health, the body needs to maintain the proper balance between two basic types of chemical compounds, acids and alkalis. The balance of these compounds is essential for both minute to minute and long term survival and creates what is known as the pH value of our body's fluids, which include blood, saliva, urine, and the fluids both between and inside the cells. Now, whoever that name is, discoverer of vitamin C, that is Albert. Man, I don't know what name that is. Okay, we're gonna skip past that. Noble, Lorette, and the discoverer of vitamin C once noted the body is alkaline by design, but acidic by function. He was referring to the fact that each minute of each day, the body's metabolic processes produce enormous quantities of acid, even though in order to do their jobs properly, the cells and tissues require a slightly alkaline environment. Therefore, in order to maintain its health, the body must neutralize or excrete the vast majority of acids that it produces on a minute to minute basis. Healthy bodies maintain a narrow range of pH blood and tissue balance at all times. For this reason, proper acidic alkaline balance is one of the most essential elements of optimal health, while imbalances between acid and alkaline compounds are certain signs that the body is in danger of becoming unhealthy and increasingly susceptible to disease. We're going to highlight that and talk about that. We live in a world where most things that we do, we were taught to do. No one individual stood up and does things on his own nowadays. It's a group. It's all about comes from the school, the family, the friends, and then it leads you now to isolation. And through isolation, you can realize what is really happening to you and your patrons around you. Now, when they say acid alkaline balance for good health, they're basically explaining the theory that the body has to be in balance with itself for it to be healthy and for it to promote a healthy living lifestyle. If it's not healthy, it cannot promote a healthy living lifestyle. So, for instance, if the body has more acid over alkaline, what do you think will happen? You will keep on craving for that acid intake. And it's also the same thing with the alkaline. If you overdo it with the alkaline, the body becomes imbalanced. So it goes vice versa. So the most important thing to note to yourself is that balance is the most important thing for your body. So when you were going to school, you heard about a balanced diet. You learned about the various food groups and how those food groups worked. We're gonna dive deeper into this book. This book explains a lot of things. Now, in this chapter, you will learn what pH actually means and why balanced pH body chemistry is essential for optimum health. You will also see the various mechanisms used by the body to maintain a healthy pH. Finally, you will be introduced to the new scientific concept of chronic low-grade metabolic as acidosis, which is at the heart of many negative health conditions. The rain is falling, so this is the reason why I'm using my phone as a mic. So, the book goes and shows you everything about pH. The term pH was originally defined in 1909 by Soren Peter Lartiz Soresen, a Danish biochemist, literally meaning potential for hydrogen. See, we're learning something new. pH is used to indicate the concentration of hydrogens in a fluid. Since dissolved acids are what produce hydrogens, we know that the more hydrogen they are present, the more acidic the solution will be. Therefore, by showing the concentration of hydrogen ions, okay, pH also indicates whether a fluid or compound is acidic, alkaline, or neutral. So we have a three-word play here. I gotta get myself a chair and a table. In the meantime, we have a three-word play here. We have acidic, we have alkaline, and we have neutral. What does these three words represent? Based off your own thinking, what do you think these three words mean? All right. So pH is measured on a scale of 0 to 14. Okay? Now if you guys have a pen and a book, it would be very well for you to do that. So it's measured on a scale of 0 to 14. A measurement of 7 is neutral. In other words, it is neither acidic nor alkaline. Any measurement lower than 7 is considered acidic. That would be most of us nowadays, whether we like it or not. So and any measurement higher than 7 is considered alkaline. As concentrations of hydrogen ions increase in a substance, so does the acidic level. Since the time when pH measurements were first used, medical researchers have shown that in order for the body to remain healthy, a slightly alkaline, oxygen rich arterial blood pH reading of 7.365 to 7.45 is necessary. A significant shift away from these ideal pH values is not compatible with life and will therefore cause death within a short period of time. In this book, we are concerned with much smaller and more common diet induced movements away from ideal blood pH. Although these relatively small shifts in acidic base balance are not immediately life threatening, they nevertheless endanger our health in subtle ways and help set the stage for the development of disease. All right, that is the pH. So we have a fair understanding of what the pH balance of the body is, right? So when one says if he is healthy or unhealthy, we would refer to the pH balance of the person to know that. For instance, you want to know if the oil in your car is good. You got to pull that shit and take up a stick. And when you look at the stick, you see the oil, you touch it, you know, hey, that ain't right. Or it's good. You can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same principle that applies with the pH balance. Okay? So I hope you have written down the normal reading of 7.365 to 7.45 is necessary. So if your pH balance is drifting away from this is your normal pH balance, guys. This is what you came on earth here in. You're made up of magnesium, copper, and all of these minerals, and all of these fluids, and all of these elements that are inside of your human avatar. As you can look at my hand, you see there is an M in it. It shows that you're chosen. Okay? It means that you walk with God. That's what chosen means. You walk with God, God walks with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not about money. It's not about riches. It's not about fame. It's not about none of that shit. It's about acquiring knowledge for yourself and for others so you can be wise and live a life of wisdom. Let's get back to the pH and what it means to our health. Okay? Disease does not really exist. The word disease can be replaced with telling you that the body is telling you that something is wrong. So it is a reaction. So a mosquito bites you, you got a bump, right? The body is saying, hey, something in here, it need to get the hell out of here. That is the disease. The body is at dis-ease. I wonder if y'all understanding what I'm saying. The body is at dis-ease. It's at dis-ease. Okay? All of these that they tell you on Google is to mix your mind up. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong if you have diabetes, you have cancer, you have all these shit that goes on with you. There ain't nothing wrong with you more than you need to get your pH balance right. That's it. You need to get rid of whatever parasite has gone into your body that caused that big mosquito bump, and that's it. Your body self regenerates. Now, I like to make my videos as short and brief as possible. This is my first video. See with me, I ain't got no table, I ain't got no chair right now. I'm just doing what I can do to educate. Right. So, we were searching. Train of thought got lost. So, we're gonna move on. Okay, I'm getting back what I was saying to y'all. The book tells us how the body maintains acid alkaline balance. Okay, so let's read and learn some more. So, various multi layered psychological mechanisms act to ensure that the pH values of the cells, fluids, tissues, and organs are properly maintained. Sorry. So, we're speaking here about the self regeneration that the body has, whether physically or mentally. The body can regenerate itself. Now, let's hear what Google says. Self regeneration is the process by which an organism or entity restores lost or damaged cells, tissues, organs, or even entire body parts, ranging from natural biological repair to extraordinary fictional abilities. Regeneration. It's showing us that if you get a damn machete and slap off a tree limb, that tree limb will grow back in a matter of time. That's regeneration, right? So, a lot of y'all gonna say, if we have self regeneration, why do we get sick and die? Well, you have to understand what the body is. The body is like a machine. You have to get whatever is making it sick or at dis-ease out of it before it can regenerate. Because if it regenerates with it, it's gonna bond with it. So you gotta get rid of what is causing it to be sick. And the main causes that causes the body to be sick is mucus. Dr. Sebi said it. Yaki said it. A lot of brothers on the internet said it, right? But this wrong word right here. Blood sugar levels can rise due to various factors, including dietary choices, stress, hormonal changes, and medical conditions. See what I'm saying here? There are a lot of key factors to why the body cannot regenerate. When you were watching when you're watching movies and you're watching these series and these animations and you see these things regenerate and you think it's a joke, it's no joke. You can literally regenerate yourself on a basis that is so fast, that is lightning fast. But because we have done so much damage to our tissues and our regenerational factors that we have, it's almost impossible for some people to regenerate in a fast period of time. But regeneration still happens. So, the acid alkaline book is telling us what we need to do to get the body balanced. So, we're going to do that, and I want to go deeper into why regeneration is possible. So, first, there are several layered buffer systems within the cells and the blood that work to neutralize or buffer acid byproducts. These buffer systems, known as the bicarbonate phosphate, and protein buffer systems, help maintain stable cellular and blood acid alkaline balance. Do you understand what I just read? Same thing I'm saying. Regeneration. You have programs embedded in your system, in your nervous system, in your immune system to fix whatever is wrong. But if the body is sick, at disease, it doesn't have the right minerals to carry out this, it's not going to be able to do what it needs to be done. So the primary organs that work to eliminate acid buildup in the body are the kidneys, the lungs, and followed the lungs, followed to a lesser extent by the skin. Although some of these organs play a more significant role than others, they all engage in the important activity of preserving internal pH balance. So this is the reason why I brought this book on here, because it gives a more scientific, or what should I say, it gives a better scientific explanation than just saying you got diabetes, you got that, you got arthritis, you got so many diseases, and it's just one thing. The body's at this ease. The body ain't balanced. That's all it is. So the primary organs that work to eliminate acid buildup in the body are the kidneys, the lungs, and the skin. Also, some of these organs play a more significant role than others. They are all engaged in the important activity of preserving internal pH balance. The kidneys help regulate acid alkaline balance of the bloodstream by eliminating solid acids. So, I'm a guy that likes to explain, so just see with me. Now, I like to attack the problem so the problem can be destroyed. Okay, alcohol effect on the kidney, because a lot of us we like to make excuses. We like to, instead of facing the problem at hand, we do some bullshit, playing the victim. We go drink, we go smoke, we just distract ourselves from the damn problem that needs to be solved. Now, right here, it says excessive alcohol consumption can significantly harm kidney function, leading to conditions like chronic kidney disease and acute kidney injury. So, y'all understand that the word disease means you're at disease, and acute kidney injury, your damn kidney going to court, nigga. And if it lose that court trial, you know where the kidney going. It's injury in court. Let's continue. How alcohol affects kidney health. Increased workload. When alcohol is consumed, the kidneys must work harder to filter out toxins. To filter out, you see the important word right here is filter out toxins from the blood. What did the alkaline book say about the kidneys? Where was it? The kidneys help to regulate acid alkaline balance of the bloodstream by eliminating solid acids, also known as fixed acids, especially sulfuric and uric acid, through urination. When the levels of such acids become excessive, the kidneys excrete increased levels of hydrogen ions. This process acts as a filtering mechanism that dilutes the acids and moves them out of the bloodstream to be eliminated by the urine. In its excretion of acids, the kidneys utilize various alkali reserve compounds. And if these are not available from the diet, the body calls upon alkali reserves stored in the watery layer around the bone and in the bone itself. At times, even the muscles are affected as muscle tissue is broken down to release an alkalizing amino acid called glutamine, which is used by the body in its pH recovery rescue process. So we're getting back to what the kidney's job is to do is to regulate acid alkaline balance of the bloodstream. So when you, my brother, drink this chemical called alcohol, your kidney has increased its workload to get rid of more toxins from the blood. This increased workload can impair their ability to function properly over time. And if the kidney ain't functioning, you're going where? Injury, injury, injury. I hope y'all following me, man, because right now I want to talk to y'all about what's going on in the world, but not as yet. This is health. That is not health, that is war. Dehydration. Alcohol acts as a diuretic. Man, I don't know what that word is. Telling the truth. Leading to increased urine. Okay, so alcohol acts as a I don't know what that word is, man. I'm not sure what it is, but they're saying it leading to increased urine production and potential dehydration. Dehydration can negatively impact kidney function, making it harder for the kidney to maintain fluid balance in the body. It's all about balance, man. You see, I'm not on no acid alkaline thing. The word balance comes up everywhere you go. It shows that, hey, man, you have to balance it. So I know some guys that tell me that they drink and they never had diabetes. They never had these things. And then some people say, hey, he just built that way. Nah, the guy is balanced. Everything in his body is balanced. He is having an overload of magnesium that helps to clear away all that alcohol in his body. That is what is going on. It's not that he is what's the word, that he is immortal or you know nah. He has an increased level of magnesium that balances off with the amount of the thing that's in alcohol, the poisonous. There's something in the alcohol that's poisonous. Now remember the name of it. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm not a damn CPU. I can't remember everything right now. Just so many things that I want to explain. I have to do it one step at a time. Okay. High blood pressure. Chronic alcohol consumption can lead to high blood pressure, which is a significant risk factor for kidney disease. High blood pressure can damage blood vessels in the kidneys, reducing their ability to filter waste. It's all it's all destroying you. That's all it is. It's the destruction of the kidney. That is what alcohol is. It's pushed on mainstreams. It's pushed everywhere. Everywhere that you go, you can get alcohol. They say drink responsibly. They tell you they have to be 18 years and older, and that's false, nigga. You know everyone's drinking alcohol, man. Down to the little kid that's about 13 years old. He's sipping Hennessy and smoking on cigars and tobacco, and what he's doing is destroying his body, destroying his acid alkaline balance. That's all it is, because the body produces its own acid, its own natural acids, man. And when you put more acid on, that's what you're doing. You're putting more acid on your body, disrupting the balance. You're getting sick. That's what's happening. Nothing else. Nothing else. There ain't no this. There ain't nothing. It doesn't exist, man. You are the one that's causing this shit. And I've heard people say that, hey, it can exist in the DNA. it can run in the family. You know what I'm saying? All of these stuff. If you can prove it, I'll believe it. But until you guys can prove it, that it's not your damn diet that's causing us to be going through all these changes in the acid alkaline balance. Now, I don't like the video to be too long. I like to get to the point. But we're going to move on from the kidney now, and we're going to talk about the lung. So, details of the complicated processes by which the kidneys eliminate acids from the body are beyond the scope of this book. However, it is important to note that through the use of bicarbonate and other alkalizing compounds, the kidneys are able to accomplish their task of neutralizing and removing acids as long as proper acid alkaline balance is maintained. Note that the acids must be buffered with alkalizing compounds prior to their elimination, because without buffering, harsh concentrated acids with a pH of 4.5 or less would burn the delicate kidney tissues. So, what they're saying here is bio or bicarbonate. So, bicarbonate. I want to see what that word is. I want to see what this is. I think I have an idea of what it is, but we gonna learn. We gonna learn what it is. So here, okay. So chemical formula is HC. What's that? HC3. Okay, it's a carbonic acid. So this acid is what you would use to help the kidney perform its actions. So we understand from this picture here that it whitens your teeth, fights mouth, treats. It has a lot of. It has a lot of. It has a lot of benefits. So we learned something new. If you have kidney issues and you want to know what to do, you're taking all this medication, it ain't going to the root of nothing. You need to read that medication box and see if it has this in it. Not calcium, but this bicarbonate. Once it has bicarbonate in it, automatically the kidneys are able to accomplish their task of neutralizing and removing acids as long as proper acid alkaline balance is maintained. So too much of one thing is never good. All right. Note that the acids must be buffered with alkalizing compounds prior to their elimination. Buffered. Okay. So regardless of how hard the kidneys work or how efficient they are at producing and recycling alkalizing bicarbonate, these organs can rid the body of only a certain amount of acids each day. If the alkali reserves necessary for neutralizing acids are in short supply, while at the same time the body's production of acid is high, a degree of acidosis or acid buildup occurs within the body. This buildup of acids beyond the kidneys' capacity to eliminate them can set the stage for a wide variety of health problems, beginning with the disruption of proper cell function. Then, over time, numerous biochemical reactions are impaired, and the stage is set for dysfunction and disease. So, the lungs. The lungs also work to keep the body's pH levels balanced by eliminating volatile gas formed acids. As you breathe, the carbon dioxide produced through metabolic processes inside the body combines with water in the blood. This combination produces carbonic acid, which the lungs then eliminate as part of the processes of respiration, helping to keep overall acidity in check. One telltale sign that the body is becoming overly acidic is increased respiratory rate. This increase is caused by the body's attempts to eliminate increased levels of carbonic acid. Conversely, if the body is overly alkaline, a condition known as alkalosis, the rate of breathing generally decreases. This is because the body is attempting to retain enough acids to reserve excess alkalinity and restore proper acid alkaline balance. In the average individual, the production, neutralization, and excretion of gaseous volatile acids goes on unaffected by dietary practices. Just as important, this process generally does not add any acid load to the body. The skin, through its sweat glands, is the final organ responsible for eliminating acids. The skin accomplishes this through perspiration, which helps to flush acids out of the body. However, the amount of acids the skin can eliminate is not as significant as the amount eliminated by the kidneys and lungs. The body is capable of eliminating an average of only 1 quart of sweat every 24 hours, whereas it can eliminate 1.5 quarts of urine. Moreover, sweat is unable to eliminate acids in the same concentrations that urine can. It is interesting to note that since increased levels of acids contained in sweat can produce a strong smell, body odor produced by perspiration can be a strong indication of a state of over acidity. See, we're learning, we're learning the basic steps to becoming healthy through pH. It's as simple as that. They're telling you that, man, if your sweat, I mean, you got a lot of y'all been living like this for years, and y'all ain't know that, hey, your sweat's not supposed to smell like that. Your breath ain't supposed to smell like that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Your urine ain't supposed to be that color. Your stool ain't supposed to be that color. Your stool is not supposed to be that watery. Many, many of us, we ain't know that. We ain't know. I can tell you that. Understanding the significance of body pH. Many people find it hard to believe that even relatively small fluctuations of the body's pH can have a profound impact on their health. A simple analogy can help to clarify the significance of these fluctuations. Consider normal body temperature, which for most people is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Should your body temperature fall below or rise above 98.6 degrees for any length of time, you start to feel unwell. In fact, even a modest variation in body temperature, 1 degree, for instance, causes distress and unease, while an extreme variation can lead to permanent damage or death. Although we may not be able to immediately sense the consequences of small fluctuations in the body pH, the consequences are very real. People also question the long term effects of acidosis on the body. This time, think of the environmental problems associated with acid rain, which has been shown not only to increase the acidity of water to the point where fish and other aquatic life can no longer survive, but also to cause adverse soil conditions and ultimately harm the health of plants. One of the primary causes of acidic rain is the excess production of carbon dioxide, which is released into the atmosphere as a result of fossil fuel combustion as well as various industrial processes. So, it's showing y'all that these steps or these choices that we make have a great impact on our health. And also, our generation health. Because y'all telling me that DNA can be a cause of disease. You know, your forefather got cancer, so you got cancer. Y'all telling me that. So since y'all saying that, your choices that you make now determine your future and how your kids gonna live. The diet that you choose to do now. Diet does not only mean what you eat based off this book. It also means the environment. Hope y'all understand that. We're gonna move away from pH. We're gonna move away from this topic now. Completely, okay? pH is done. We understand that the pH, you have to make sure it's balanced. We're gonna move away from that and we're gonna touch on how to balance. What foods do you need to replace? You know what I'm saying? What do you need to do? What do you need to listen to? What do you need to see for the body to be balanced mentally, physically, and spiritually? That is the goal of Life Corporation. I'm the CEO of this company. That is my goal, to educate y'all on how to get the body to be balanced, okay, and healthy and strong, vitality. These are the things that we need, okay? So the first step that I would tell y'all, if y'all are too if y'all are experiencing high blood pressure, y'all have too much sugar in your body, y'all need to resort to pink Himalayan salt. I don't like talk and I don't show y'all the benefits of pink Himalayan salt. Now that's why I love the internet, because everything is a fingertip away. All the information that you want to know is a fingertip away. Pink Himalayan salt is a naturally occurring, minimally processed salt from Pakistan, prized for its pink hue and trace minerals, but its health benefits over regular salt are modest. We're going to look into the benefits. I want to see the benefits. Can I see the benefits? So, while pink Himalayan salt is often marketed as a healthier alternative to table salt, scientific evidence shows that its health benefits are minimal. Claims such as detoxifying the body, improving pH balance, or enhancing libido are largely unsupported. It may offer minor benefits if used to replace highly processed table salt, particularly because it's free from additives and anti-caking agents. Overconsumption, however, carries the same risk as any salt, including high blood pressure, kidney strain, and increased cardiovascular risk. Well, they do have a point there, but I'm going to explain better. I want them to show you the benefits. They're not showing you the benefits. There we go. The benefits. This is what I used to transform from a life of waking up and feeling weak and feeling unproductive. Himalayan salt, key limes. That's it. You get a sprinkle of Himalayan salt into your water. So you got a bottle. You got a bottle about, like, what is this? This is lime juice. 675 milliliters. You gonna put like the tip of a teaspoon, not half, like the tip of a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and you get like 2 key limes. Cut them up, put them in the water. If you want to refrigerate, do what you want to do, but you drink this in the morning. This regulates the body. If you don't want to use key limes, you can use lemon. But the pink Himalayan salt helps with your blood pressure. It helps with your blood pressure, okay? So that is what would get the pH balance levels better in the body. So Himalayan salt contains over 80 trace minerals, including potassium, magnesium, calcium, and iron, but the concentrations are very low. So while it may enhance culinary flavor and aesthetic appeal, it provides minimal nutritional advantages compared to other dietary sources of these minerals. Now, that is what they are saying. That is what they are saying. So, potential health and wellness uses. You have to understand first how Google works. They will tell you the cure and tell you that that is not the cure. They will tell you so many lies to mix your brain up. So, you have to be very careful in how you perceive things. Because if you're perceiving at the level that they want, probably you're saying that this is not what I should take. But read electrolyte and hydration support. Trace minerals may slightly contribute to electrolyte balance, especially when consumed in mineral water or in small amounts with food. That's what I'm showing y'all. Based on what the alkaline is saying here, small amounts, just like the bicarbonate that helps with the kidneys, these things help. You mix the key lime and the Himalayan salt. You got high blood pressure. You've been living an unhealthy lifestyle. I'm not gonna make it hard for you to understand. You've been living damn unhealthy. You drinking rum, you smoking all these things, these tobacco, doing all these things relatively that does not help your body. You need to get Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt, and key limes. Okay. The next thing you need to incorporate in your diet throughout the day is buttermilk. You can use pecan buttermilk or any buttermilk that does not include dairy. Understand this. So you can drink this as a beverage, but I do not recommend that you use the dairy product. I best you use buttermilk created from pecan. You have a lot of nuts that can create buttermilk. Okay, it's a process. It's a process that creates this buttermilk. It's what's left that produces all these probiotics. So I want them to tell y'all. I want them to tell y'all the benefits. Now I don't know why, but when I use Google on this, or is this Bing or Google? I don't know, man. Oh, it's Bing. All right, I know what I need to do. I need to get off of Bing and go on Google, cause this shit ain't telling me what I need to hear. All right, here you go. Buttermilk benefits. Buttermilk is a low fat, nutrient rich dairy beverage that supports digestion, hydration, bone health, and weight management while offering a natural cooling effect. Digestive health. Buttermilk is rich in probiotics and lactic acids, which helps maintain a healthy gut microbiome, improve digestion, and alleviate issues like bloating, gas, and constipation. It can also aid in managing conditions such as irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, and lactose intolerance by facilitating the breakdown of lactose. Buttermilk. Now, I'm from the Caribbean. This is Jamaica. We ain't see that shit down here in the countryside. You gotta go in the city for that shit. You know what I'm saying? The things that we need for our body is not presented to us. All right. When have you seen a buttermilk commercial or a Himalayan salt commercial or a lime supplement you don't see that on TV. You see everything that's gonna mess up your pH balance on TV. Everything that is designed to give you permanent damage or death is on TV. Could you believe that? Buttermilk. Buttermilk. This right here, beautiful for you. If you drink this in the afternoon or in midday when you have lunch, what does lunch look like? Perfect. A lot of people say you're not supposed to eat this. This is called tofu. Tofu benefits. It's rich source of plant-based protein, high in calcium, low in calories, heart-friendly fats, good source of iron, contains all essential amino acids. Tofu, what makes tofu? Soy. That's what makes tofu. And they telling you that hey, soy ain't good for you and this and that. Listen to me, man. It is balance. It is balance. I've heard Indian men say that mm, snake venom can be used to heal and to kill. So it's the amount, it's the balance. You need to balance these things. So tofu, you got your what's that thing? You got tomatoes, you got carrots. You gotta be careful where you get your lettuce from, but you can incorporate lettuce into your diet, tomato, vegetables, fruits, nuts, you know what I'm saying? Anything that was breathing air and you killed it and put it on your plate is going to lower your damn pH balance. I can do that in another video if y'all want to, or if some of y'all disagree with me, I can make another video and show you why I'm saying that. Anything that was breathing 2 weeks ago and now it ain't breathing and it's on your damn plate, it's gonna kill you in the next 45 years if you keep eating that and putting your pH balance off level. You are not made, you are not. I want to know what do they say we are? Are humans carnivores? I want to know if they are saying that we're carnivores. Are humans carnivores? Humans are not carnivores, they are naturally omnivores adapted to consume both plants and animal foods. So you see what they're saying right there. Human anatomy shows a combination of features suited for both plant and animal consumption. Our teeth include incisors for biting, canines for tearing, and molars for grinding, which is characteristic by omnivores rather than strict carnivores, whose teeth are specialized for slicing meat with prominent. I don't know what that is. They got some scientific things on there. I don't really go deep into that. I just need to understand what hell going on. We're not supposed to eat meat, guys, okay? If you still eating meat, you still drinking that liquor, you still smoking that shit, you still smoking that tobacco, you still sniffing that shit, you lighting up that pipe, you doing all these sexual things with these women and draining your energy. All of these things contribute to low pH balance. And remember, when you have low pH balance, there is only two things that are promised to you, either permanent damage or death. So this is a call to look the right way. If you want me to repeat what you need to do to change this to change the state of the body, Himalayan salt in the morning with lime juice, or if you want to drink lemon juice. For the people that don't trust the Himalayan salt shit, you can just use lemon juice and warm water. The water must be warm in the morning, and you drink that shit, and you'll notice the difference. You go to work, you ain't feel hungry. You be like, huh? I ain't hungry. I ain't want no lunch today. You say, okay, am I sick? Nah. The body is using its reserves, the things, the parasites, all those stuff that are calling for more to be added to it, all of this acid and acidosis that is in the body. When you take the lemon shot in the morning, if you want to put some ginger in there, if you want to put some turmeric in there, they say turmeric ain't good. Too much turmeric ain't good. Too much turmeric ain't good. Put turmeric in that shit and you drink it by midday. You ain't gonna feel hungry. You're gonna be, huh, I ain't hungry. The body's gonna start to eat all that parasite and all that foolishness. And by you know by in the afternoon, you can have a cup of buttermilk and have a salad, and that's it. You don't eat nothing else in the night. You don't eat after 7 p.m. If you want to have some fruits, it should be light, nothing heavy, nothing that's gonna put the digestive system to work in the night. Nah, you don't do that. You got to understand how the body works. Okay? Thank you, y'all. I hope y'all learned something new today because I sure learned about 5 different things new today. I'm giving all y'all a summary that y'all ain't the ones that's learning. I'm learning too. Remember that I don't know everything. You don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? Trump sure as hell don't know everything. You know, all these persons on the internet talking about what they're saying isn't good for you and what's good. They don't know. Okay, we're working off knowledge, we're working off information, what we can see and physically see and understand. We ain't working with what some nigga over there told that nigga in the lab coat, and he telling me that, hey, I should eat meat for protein. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. You gotta understand, man. You gotta see and understand what's going on. Okay. Now, I love y'all. I love all the people of the world, whoever you is watching. If it's 10 persons that come on here and watch and learn something new, I'm grateful for that 10 persons. You got to bless yourself up and be a great man in life. And don't let nobody tell you what you can and what you cannot be, okay? Bless, and I'm out.